Hi, this is Joe Geesin, former editor of the Nazareth fan club from 1991 to 2002. Just a quick run through of my vinyl part of my collection. And we'll start with Nazareth, the first album, eponymous. The band were formed in the 60s and originally the Shadettes, came together as Nazareth at the turn of the decade, and this debut was released in 1971 on the Pegasus label. Features guitarist Manny Charlton, singer Dan McCafferty, drummer Darrell Sweet, and bassist Pete Agnew. The UK original has on the Pegasus label, and it's a great album, good start, bit directionless compared to later albums, but some fantastic tracks, cracking cover of Morning Dew, and a Dear John piano-led real rock number. As you can see, I got mine signed by the band when I was working with them. Got off to a good start with that one. We have another copy of the same album here. Notice with it I have the tour program from when I toured with Atomic Rooster. Again, also on Pegasus, but this is the second pressing on the darker Peg label. So not easy to find this one now. Album being released several times. So let's put this one away. And then here we have, this is a later UK copy with reissued on the Mountain label. It's a label they moved to in the mid-70s, joined by British Scots Association and Derby Band. You also have here, this is an earlier reissue. This is when they signed in 1973 to Mooncrest. I've got a promo stick on that one as well. Great reissue. Great starting album. And here is I won't get it out, but it's a German copy on the Philips label. Here we have Back on Black's classics in a gatefold sleeve, coloured vinyl. Also, if we more recently, by BMG, who can't have the rights to the band's catalogue. This is on a nice coloured vinyl. And the last one I have here of this debut was issued on white vinyl by HMV as part of the HMV anniversary series. And then 1972, we move on to Exercises. Nice gatefold sleeve. And this one, European pressing, Philips label. But this one also came with quite a large poster, probably A1 size or bigger poster. Then there's this issue, which is a American promo. You can see by the label. They were at the time, before they moved to A&M in the States, they were on the early records period on Warner Brothers. So then here's much later UK reissue on Mountain. So these aren't always in necessarily the correct order, but they're all interesting, all the same. And then we have again, you can see up here, Mooncrest, reissue from 1973. got the black on black coloured vinyl, which is clear vinyl. Also BMG, who've done some fine work with the band. And this would be the original Last Out, First End on the later Pegasus label. And some good tracks on that. It's a good album. It's a bit, again, lacking direction compared to some of the later albums, but still worth listening all the same. And then with that album, the band toured with Deep Purple and started to record material or rehearse material that would later appear for Razamanewz. And this is again a European pressing on Philips. Got some fantastic material here. It's a title track for a start, a couple of hit singles, Bad Bad Boy and Broken Down Angel. It's like Deep Purple's Roger Glover, who was already familiar with the band, although the band were looking for a guitarist who would understand the material. Got another Philips pressing here in the single sleeve. And this is the UK original stickers. And it also came, if you're lucky enough, with a nice moon crest in the sleeve. And the first release on the moon crest label. And this album's got some really blistering slide guitar, hard rock, bluesy, you know, just how it should be. And then we've got two reissued twice on Mountain. Got two copies. One's got a gatefold sleeve and was actually pressed by EMI. And then there's a single sleeve pressed by RCA. And then we've got the black on black one. Again, this big colored vinyl. And we've got another copy here. Well worth the version. Again, on A&M promo. US pressing. Salvo BMG, another reissue. And here, another Vertigo copy. Actual Vertigo stencil. Had the came with the insert, this one, Japanese on the spaceship label. Another nice thing to find. But now one that is, or at least should be, in any rock collection. Then second album produced by Roger Glover, also on Mooncrest, was Loud and Proud. And it's a great open and go down fighting. Teenage Nervous Breakdown's a classic. And This Flight Tonight by Joni Mitchell. The band used to listen to her album Blue a lot in the sleeve there, in the tour bus. Decided to cover that, and part of that was appreciation of the cover, slightly tongue-in-cheek. Joni Mitchell then played a concert in the UK, came out and said, here's a Nazareth song. So this is the UK pressing on Mooncrest. It's a very, very distinctive cover, the peacock, and a classic. Then Salvo, coloured vinyl reissue. This is on, well, this is a black vinyl, but it's not fit reissue. And I've got, between European pressings and other later reissues, I've got, including, here's another coloured vinyl one. And another 4 copies of that. So But this one is, I believe, another weird and wonderful release. Single sleeve, and that's be South America, I think. Now on to the fifth album, Rampant. Classic album. I very wonder why the dollar bill there is there. Most reissues and overseas copies, it was printed onto the back. It originally came as a separate sticker, which you do not see now. It's normally you'll find stuck on somewhere. So the back looks like that, separate sticker, sleeves embossed, came with an inner sleeve and impressed. Produced by Roger Glover and features Beat Up with John Lord as well as a guest. Another wonderful album. Can't go wrong with it. Classic listening. So here's another reissue, UK copy, thicker inner sleeve, quite firm, nice coloured vinyl, thick, quite good solid vinyl of that as well. Which some of the issues have returned to because a lot of the 80s pressings there quite flimsy. And two more copies here. And this one's got just a single sleeve with lyrics on the back. And this one, which you can see, has got this one here is actually Yugoslavian, which is on the RTB label, which you won't find now because Yugoslavia no longer exists. Now, on to the next album, which Manu Charlton, guitarist, one of the more prolific songwriters, he took over production because they were frightened of the next album, Roger Glover, being, Rampant Part 2 or, more of the same. So you've got Hair of the Dog. And in the UK, it features a track called Guilty on side one with Love Hurts as a non-album single, recorded during the sessions. When it was picked up by the A&M A&R, they were so, enamored with it that they dropped a track off the album to put Love Hurts onto the album. So you'll see, depending on what country, different track lists. So this one, weird label, that one. So then we've got Mackin Sleeve, that's the UK issue. Nice mountain. So we have the title track here, the dog play on Son of a Bitch. And we've got a Taiwan pressing here. Also with Love Hearts. This one's interesting. This is a reissue from 1985 of Sahara, set up by the band's former manager and not done with the band's permission or license. So they all got withdrawn with Sahara reissues. This one's another Taiwan pressing with the Taiwan pressings are not normally the greatest quality, but always interesting. And this is the Back on Black gatefold sleeve. Actually presses a double LP with lots of extra information in the gatefold. And this is a BMG copy. And this will be the UK original, which is issued not long before the Mountain reissue. on Mooncrest. A cracking album, you know, everyone knows the title track and Love Hurts. We've got another copy here, it's got a nice American promo with the black and white label. Yeah, and a couple more pressings. Notice that there's a slight different shade to the printing on different parts of the world. But there's about a 50-50 mix there between some with Love Hurts, some without. Then on to the first compilation, Greatest Hits. Now, the band I know never liked the cover. In fact, I think they still has it. They all broke out in to a call in chorus to We Three Kings when they saw the sleeve. So a good compilation, all the same. And it saw them move to Mountain. At the same time as Alex Harvey Band. And Mountain, as we've already seen, immediately issued or reissued a lot of the band's earlier material. So we've got a nice, again, RTB label, nice Yugoslavian pressing on that one. And Back on Black, issued as an expanded with a double LP, so it's got extra tracks on this one. Quite a thick, heavy duty pressing. And this one's on Vertigo, so it'll probably be European, or actually Polydor. So Polydor, part of the Vertigo phonogram. So, a couple more compilations here. Again, this is the Sahara reissue. So I know there's not a great deal of those about. Right. Now we're into slightly into pirate territory as this is Korean. Some because we issued officially in Korea. This clearly isn't. Monocle sleeve, probably made from recycled cornflakes packets for pressed quite cheaply. Would be on a local label. And lastly, an Italian version, different sleeve, but their own take on the Greatest Hits all the same. Now the band carried on through the 70s in the face of punk. So rather than fight it, they decided to go a bit more laid back. Close enough for rock and roll. It's a great album. We've got nice inner on this one. Now then, we've got some great tracks on this, and this is 1976, and there's a great also issued the same year was Playing the Game, which was this actually will be the American one, I think, on A&M. Kind of a bit more laid back, but still bluesy all the same. There's a few hits, or near hits anyway. But those albums were they're good. Still listen to them. The opening track to Close Enough to Rock and Roll, a track called Telegram, was a concert opener for a long time. It's a real classic. All these albums were reissued as well on the Mountain, and given the usual Back on Black reissue and BMG. Now things pick up again for the next album, Expect No Mercy, and the classic Frank Frazetta cover. And again, this is that one. The first up is a reissue. You can tell on the sticker. But a great album. Pick things up a bit more, as Manny said, a bit more metal. But blues, Kentucky Fried Blues, and then they've got the title track. All really kicks nicely. You'll see on different sides of the Atlantic, we had slightly different tools. You see that, okay? Slightly different logos. So things to look out for there. But it's a nice spreadsheet back to go label. And then this one really, picked up when the face of punk and saw the cycles of interest in the UK. Interestingly, there's this sampler promo from America. And this is a shooting of Gatefold's specialist sleeve. It features probably the thinnest vinyl I've ever felt. There's a sampler album promo, but with it you also got unique to a promotional folder, which we've got a pair of photos, biography, and so forth in it. Sent out for, get some interest from radio stations and so forth. What? That's another one. Now, on to serious business here with the next album, and this is the album that got me into the band. So it's quite important. And it's No Mean City. Illustrated by Rodney Matthews. And through this album, I got to know the band and Rodney Matthews well. The first one here is Japanese in the sleeve. This is probably the most closest I got to metal. Claim to Fame's a great one. Whatever You Want, Babe, hit single. Star, the ballad. Title track is based on a book with the same title by MacArthur and Long. A bit of a story in there, but the main thing is it's descriptive of the Razor gangs, hence Friendly Fred of New York many years ago. What's another one here? This will be the one of the several reissues. Again, nice green vinyl. One. Right to go, that one. Sahara reissue. Well, you've seen the label to that, but it's got Sahara on the back. And so lake side most likely that one. But the image on this is one of the most widely used by the bands and fans. It's another black on black on that. It's the mountain one. And notice it's not just within the sleeve, but also merchandise slip on that one, the UK Mountain reissue. Notably worth mentioning on this one, features a second guitarist, Alex Harvey. No, not Alex Harvey. Zal Clemenson from the Alex Harvey band, who was a friend of the band already. And add some real meat to it all. Great player, great guitarist. And it's probably still my favourite Nazareth album of all time, that one. It was then followed by the same lineup with this one, Madison Wonderland. Another great album. We've got some solid American promo, that one. And I'll also note with this one, again, two different sleeve variations. One's got what we call the box logo, or the painted logo. And then one of the tracks on here, Big Boy, was written by Zal, originally from the Foreplay album. Alex Hart featuring, Sensational Harvey Band without Alex. So there's several copies of that. That's another kind of vinyl reissue. And a Mexican reissue from the 40 Years of Rock series. Different sleeve, rare live shot of the band, but a picture of a different lineup on the back. Makes sense, doesn't it? We've got a few more copies there, all with the box logo. So there we go. Miles from Wonderland. Val then left the band. I think he often said to me once that several times that his biggest regret was his autograph, as in signing dodgy deals. And he thought he got screwed with that. The band was throwing away money, wanting to go on holiday. So, not a lot of money coming back to the band. So he left. Next up, we'll get the Full Cycle. Band went back to a 4-piece into the 80s. And there's a Vertigo copy in the sleeve. But the band were moving to NEMS, another label. So they were shipping was a lot. This is like 81-ish. Then it's close to got to a concept album, I guess, because there's just a continuity of the lyrics to do with the Cold War. Last 2 copies of that one. Yeah, this is the UK pressing with no winner but an insert, and that's the NEMS label. And already with the band in the background there was a pianist called John Locke from Spirit, the West Coast band. And he was then made a full-time member, as was young Glaswegian guitarist Billy Bankin. For this live album, Snaz, or It's Snaz to its full title. This is the reissue on Sahara, but it was fantastic live album, underrated, full of classics, all beefed up with the 6-piece lineup. Again, on NEMS in the UK. Again, and also slightly different logos, depending on which part of the world you're from. Nice gatefold sleeve, inner sleeves with pictures of the band on. Worth noting the German copy, because the album featured 2 studio tracks, a re-recording of Morning Dew and Juicy Lucy, released as a single separately. The free single here on a German copy is Morgenthau, which is a remix of that with the lyrics sung in German. It's often sold separately as a promo. Incorrect, it belongs here. Then, again, the same lineup, recorded to excess. Great album, but much updated sound. An A&M copy there. I mean, Boys in the Band, classic song, that did for the 80s Nazareth what Nazareth did in the 70s. It's a wonderful album, more radio friendly, quite solid. Again, several copies from around the world. Mine's got a few signatures on it. It was a popular album, a good album. But, the next up was this one, Sound Elixir. John Locke had returned to Spirit, so down to 5-piece with Billy Rankin doubling up on keyboard and guitars. This one was not originally issued in the UK. So this one here being MCA, so it's American, issued across Europe. I mean, it's been reissued in this country. And again, it's a good album, All Night Radio and Rags to Riches, there's some good songs. Where Are You Now is a single. And there's a B-side to that, there's a non-album B-side to that called On the Run. which Darrell, when I last spoke to him, he wouldn't admit to knowing until I stuck it to him down the phone. I think he just said that to embarrass me. So, label on that one. It was first issued in the UK in 1985, a couple of years later, as part of the Sahara Records campaign. So got withdrawn. So that's since been issued. They've got one here. So that's Marimba Records, which is the kind of the Sahara and then they another reissue that. So it was issued in almost every territory except UK at the time. United States and the Catch. Back to a four-piece, the original four-piece. Billy was kind of had his first album out the same year. He was kind of forced out by the manager by all reports. But there we go. So again, issued on, but they were on Vertigo for the first time in the UK here. Okay. Familiar Vertigo label. So the same label design that you would have seen Dio and Black Sabbath on at the time, back in the day. And it just had all the usual, BMG and whatever. And after that, there was an album released originally as a video, since it's on CD and DVD, of a concert in 1985, live in London, Razamanewz, live at Camden Palais, then 1985, but it was recorded around midnight, recorded late. A lot of the bands were unhappy. The crowd had half disappeared. So it's not the greatest show in the world. But then in 1986, we get Cinema, issued in Europe only. It's since been, issued in the UK and everywhere else. But at the time, it was European only. Great, solid feel. Quite commercial. There's some great songs on it there. I mean, when Manny went solo a few years later, there's songs on here like Salty Salty, Cinema, that he played with his solo band. So it's it's good. Well worth checking out. And we finish off the 80s with this album. Again, not issued in the UK at the time, since has been. That's the original European release. In the sleeve. Features a couple of covers. Don't Get Up, that track is a good song. Piece of My Heart's good cover, also released a single. Reissue there as well. But there were tensions in the band. I know the official line is Manny was sacked, but there's at least as much him leaving because, well, I've been told by various sources he wasn't happy with the band and the amount of pressure from the record company bringing in outside musicians and outside writers. But anyway, sadly, good album, but just not Nazareth. Quite commercial. And then we come on to the 90s, and this is my intro to the band. So, with Manny gone, there's still a four-piece. Back comes Billy Mankin. He was an excellent singer, songwriter. Mostly in the band signed to, which is Bolton label, but they had like an office in the UK run by Frank and Caroline Rogers, if you're out there. And this is when I picked up and started doing I interviewed the band for Record magazine when this came out, and also started to run the fan club or fanzine I put out. And the band were really helpful and enjoyed it and interviewed the band lots of times for that. So there's other questions to the excuse me. So we've got another mausoleum passing that. And this is the Back on Black gatefold sleeve. So, it was very, very Billy oriented with the songwriting. It's a good album. I did a re-record in 1991 version of This Light Tonight. You know, solid song. And then 1994 was an album that I helped PR because the band was signed to a German label. Nazareth moved me, and you know, I first heard this when Darrell sent me a cassette of the rough demos, and again, some really great songs in here. I mean, Let Me Be Your Dog as an Oprah, Can't Shake the Shakes, Steamroller. You really can't go wrong with this album. And the band also recorded, you know, unplugged versions of Razamanewz, Smile on Bicycle and This Flight Tonight, which were released as a single and added to later CDs as well as to this Back on Black version of the album. So here's another one from BMV, because again, reissues, it was not issued on LP at the time. And the same course is the same for this classic, and it is a classic. Boogaloo, not issued on LP at the time. This is late 80s. Billy had gone again. There's much him leaving as being sacked, and in came Jimmy Morrison on guitar and Bonnie Lee on keyboards. And I was actually present in the studio in Catchfield in East Sussex at the time during a recording, and when he returned a year later in 1998 to remix it and overdub with horns and so forth. And, you know, When Light Comes Down, great opener. Cheerleader, I absolutely love. There's some great songs on here. And this Back in Black adds 2 bonus songs, Later Wasted and Walk By Yourself, which were originally released a couple of years later on a compilation, and are back in 2001 were responsible for me giving up the fan club. One of many reasons, but the reason there is they returned to the Catchfield studio to record them, and their original demos, they should have been a demo form. They're not the greatest songs, I don't think anyway, in my opinion. But they returned to Catchfield without saying anything to me that they'd even be there, and it was on my doorstep. Anyway, that's that album. I'm moving on, and I have good notes. The band have done some great material since, but because I'd stopped running the fan club, it's like trying to stay friends with someone after a divorce. I've not maybe given them a fair crack of the whip. There'll be more of this material on view when I do the run through my CD collection. There are some good tracks in like Rocking My Telephones is a good album. I've really not listened to this enough. And then I got Tattooed on My Brain. Because after they did a little further work with Dan McCafferty, he then had to retire due to ill health, and they brought in Carl Sentence and one with him, Surviving the Law, which is a good album. It's the most recent studio album. Ironically, the track that sounds most Nazareth on there is the one that's sung by Pete. We recorded one track at the end. That's one of the studio albums. Got some other odds and sods here, including Back to the Trenches. It's like a live BBC stuff. 1972 to 1984. Gatefold sleeve with the Pete Frame family tree and plenty of inserts as well. So that's quite comfortable now. It's a great album. I've got it. There's an anthology that's come out more recently. It's like a 2 LP version of came out to coincide with the box set. Again, two different kind of vinyls of that. An American mid-late 70s compilation, Hot Tracks. Coincides with the UK EP at the same time, the same name, but we'll come to that in a minute. We've also got other interesting compilations. There's this one. Now this one's from South Africa. There's variants from all over the world. An Italian compilation with tracks by Nazareth mixed with tracks by Kiss. Then you've got in the UK, the singles collection. Quite common on CD, but you don't see the LP so much. Then a double anthology. Another copy of that, because I think one's a promo. And then you've got 2 copies of the ballad album as well. What we have another ballad album. VIP Nazareth, that's the European compilation. As is this one. This one's a bit different. It's Korean. So I'm not sure it's the most official release in the world, but it's worth having anyway. Right, and so on to other stuff now, like 1984, Billy Rankins' first solo album. This and the Japanese follow-up, Crankin', a couple of years later, desperately need CD release in this country. Again, fantastic album, released on A&M, hit single in America with that great album. Dan McCafferty, who got his debut solo album mid-70s, around the time that they did the greatest hits, Signed to Mountain, features verse members of Bad Harvey Band. US copy with a different sleeve. This is one of his more recent solo outing when he was in ill health, so he could do a bit in the time at the studio, but was unable to really go on tour with it. Into the Ring, another Dan McCafferty solo album, European only at the time, but it's since been issued in the UK on CD. And we've got a promo here, Nazareth promo, 12-inch sampler. A nice label sampler promo, features 2 Nazareth, couple of Nazareth tracks and Alex Harvey, all on the Mountain label. And many fans I mean will have this. It's a compilation, well, it's a film soundtrack. Heavy Metal describes the magazine that it was a film of, not the style of music, but features crazy supercated treatment. Recorded, one of the first tracks I recorded is a 6-piece, but doesn't feature John Locke because he's only just joined the band. And the manager Jim White wrangled getting the band to do a track for the soundtrack at the last minute. They didn't have time or the money to fly him over from California to do a track for one track. So it actually features producer Callum Malcolm on the keyboards, that one. And we have more. We've got quite a lot of these from America. These see that's got Telegram on it. You can see that on a promo sampler. Various 12 inches. And we've got I Don't Want to Go On Without You. There's a promo only 12 inch, different B-side. Every Time It Rains was a great track from No Jive. And there's also 12 inch of Win on the Night, which is a single they recorded around the same time as the Stakes 90s album for the film soundtrack. And the last album is Exile, which is a concept album. Features Robert Powell doing innovation. Dan McCafferty on one track. Gatefold sleeve, embossed sleeve, inner sleeve. Features Dan McCafferty on a track called Dreaming, which is probably his finest vocal performance of any recording. Early 80s, well worth checking out. And lastly, well, not quite lastly, here, some test pressings. And these are white label test pressings of the vinyl part of the box set. And speaking of box set, I'm sure you have this. We should do 33 CDs, all the albums up to that point. 3 CDs of, there's loads of stuff of B-sides, and another 3 CDs of live material and demo material that came from my own cassette collection. So anyone that says, there's certainly the original mix of Boogaloo, anyone that says they've heard that already, would have been passed on the cassette that I have that other people had made copies of. Thick booklet. I mean, for a career spanning box, for what it was worth, one of the best value box sets I've ever come across. Now, quick look through the 7-inch collection. It's not necessarily all in the same or the correct order, but we'll start with the band's first single on Pegasus, Dear John, backed with a track called Friends on album track. Originally intended for the album and then got pulled, was then repressed on a darker Pegasus, on a different peg label. Credits to different B-side, Occasional Failure. No track such a track exists. It's still played, Friends. And then we've got the demo. Then we've got a French copy with a picture sleeve, Dear John. German copy, again, different sleeve. And rarest of all, I think, is a South African copy. Next single up was Hard Living, non-album track. And Hard Living, If You See My Baby. Nice use of trellis and that, sounds a bit Beatles-ish. And you've got the Morning Dew, that's the American copy. And you've got the UK copy. And the promo. If You See My Baby, that was Hard Living. Nice sleeve. I mean, there's all over the world. I mean, next single up was Broken Down Angel from Razamanewz, and that's the Yugoslavian sleeve. Again, that's the standard UK on Mooncrest. And on Philips, even Greek. There's even a Greek copy. Again, Philips, South Africa. Yugoslavia again. And then Broken Down Angel, Italian. And then, you've got Germany, France, some more. And then you've got UK promo, custom sleeve, same track on both sides. So it's got put about a bit. Then we have another Japanese single, UK version of Bad Bad Boy, autographed picture sleeve. And then UK promo, you see a lot of promos like that from America. So you likewise with that one. Spain, Spain and then Portugal, you got a lot of nice sleeves. And then another USA promo here of This Black Tonight. And This Black Tonight, Mozambique. Same, although near identical sleeve to the Portuguese. Mozambique was a former Portuguese colony. So the record on the Portuguese copy says made in Portugal. This says translated made in Portuguese, Mozambique. Again, Canada promo. And then you've got Spain. I mean, quite common really in comparison. German release of This Black Tonight. Glad When You're Gone, which is like not issued in the UK as a single. I think you've got more of these. I think there's a South African one on the Swirl label. This Black Tonight, that's actually another German copy, but a reissue, what we've just over there. And then French, all the singles at the time in the UK had this Mooncrest label. Then another Yugoslavian one of This Black Tonight. So we've got another Shanghai and Shanghai, Mooncrest, and South Africa. Again, Spain, I mean, there's lots of Spanish, and these Japanese are quite nicely sought after. I mean, lots of releases from Germany, quite big in Europe. And the US, standard USA pressing. And then we've got Bicycle, South African again. Compared to Dear John, these mid-70s ones are actually not that difficult to find. Miss Hair the Dog, Mooncrest. Again, didn't sell a great deal in this country, but certainly did very well in the rest of the world. And in My Bicycle, we've got an A-label promo, same track both sides. Love Hurts, big single, Japanese copy. And then we've got Love Hurts, Argentina. So, and this one's a bit more further afield. Guatemala. Not the greatest condition, but they never are buying from there. And then we've got another South African one there. But between Love Hurts and How the Dog is issued in so many different territories. There's a Greek one, My Bicycle, Swedish, and then Argentina again, more German and UK, Belgium, and then Mexico. Sometimes it came with a promo and such sheet. That one didn't. Love Hurts prepared to have the Dog in America with a picture sleeve. And then, although we do have a Mexican promo with an insert. And Holy Roller. That's interesting copy there. And Love Hurts from Portugal. And Love Hurts from the Philippines. Yeah, they were issued there. And then more Holland, South Africa. Love Hurts from France. Quite colourful, some of these. Some of them are like this Italian one, not quite so colourful. And another Belgian, this will be issue, that one. As is this one, German. You get a lot of reissues, especially it's like a British old gold equivalent. Hair the Dog, nice picture sleeve, South America, I think, was the Spanish. Nice one that. And there's another promo, Hair the Dog, A-label promo. Now, to coincide with the American album of the same name, we get the Hot Tracks EP. That's one we'll be familiar with, but the picture disc as well. Got reissued as a picture disc. Then we've got Holy Roller. I mean, we're on to, the late 1976 now with Holy Roller, Spain, France, and then we've got issues in the UK issued on Mountain. But then we get Carry Out Feelings, and then Holy Roller again. We've got more Spain and Portugal. Portugal. They shot me down and Kentucky Fried Blues from America. And then a nice Japanese copy. A demo for You're the Violin. Now look at there's two different promos for this. One has got an edit on it. You can only tell the difference by looking closely at the label. One's got a single version. One's got a version that's a minute or 30 seconds shorter. So it's there they are. There's the other version edited. And then the commercial version. So again, Brazil copy. They like this label down there. Carry Out Feelings, another UK demo. And I'm on to Germany, Place in Your Heart. So this will be off Expect No Mercy. Lots of worldwide vote. I mean, got a Dead Train, nice stateside promo. And then a lot of the releases over there on A&M. Then No Moon City with Whatever You Want, Babe. Got a nice mono stereo promo, quite common. South Africa. I do like the UK versions. This one of them was on pressed on purple vinyl. And then a few other singles also, played on the No Moon City artwork as well. And you've got Star, as Darrell always said, there's always the obligatory ballad on an album. Yeah, French jukebox copy. There's another Italian May the Sunshine, which, a lot of variations on the same theme there. So we've got a Dutch one with the same sleeve. Various versions of, see, there's German May the Sunshine. And even the Spanish with Friendly Fred. And then on to Malice with Holiday. And another Guatemalan pressing that. I don't come into this country very often. And a South African pressing. One's that. And then there's a jingle from Malaysia. Just to Kill in the UK came a nice picture sleeve. And then, Placed in Your Heart Again, Spanish. So a couple more of there. So you've got nice Spanish picture sleeve there, and then Holiday. And then after when the first time to NEMS, Charlotte London Hammersmith had been recorded, and we got this UK double pack 7-inch live. So you've got 4 tracks on there. We've got Moonlight Eyes, and again from the Snaz album, they even issued one in June, various places. It's even Love Hurts Live from the album. And then it's a Billy Rankin song or credited Nazareth. Well, always recorded this band, but Billy Rankin demoed Dream On well before he joined the band. Fantastic song. Another Australian pressing. Then Spain. And this one's interesting. From Malaysia, Cocaine. It's a track off of it's a cover version recorded live that was put onto the Full Circle. And this Malaysian copy is the only time I've ever seen it pressed as a single. And Living on Mainstream, Germany. It's more copy of Dream On with a European picture sleeve as well. So there's this sleeve was used in various territories to protect the Lovely's Madness. Another version, Norwegian, that one. UK NEMS. Italian jukebox. So it's always gets about. And then we've got another Malaysian pressing of Where Are You Now? And then, as you can see here, we've got in the UK and Germany, they both use the same shot for games on one and then Lovely's to Madness on the other. So another Guatemalan single. where are you now? Back on the One in Holland. That's the On the One, the non-album B-side. And then Party Down. We got German and Spain with the same sleeve. Ruby Tuesday, nice cover of the Stone song. South Africa. And then over to Europe for the last album of the 80s. A Piece of My Heart, taken from Win on the Night. Cinema, which was Dutch. And Germany for Win on the Night. Every Time It Rains, we're now into the 90s now. And the end of, that was the end of the road for Nazareth singles, 70s in this country. We've got Dan McCafferty from the 70s. That was off his first solo album. We've also got nice different people what you know about it. And that Exiled album I mentioned, the Dan McCafferty track Dreaming, was also issued as a 45. And because it's one of Dan's finest ever performances. Various artist EPs around the world. We've got this one for Singapore, features Nazareth. We've got Holy Roller, features on this one from Thailand. Quite a lot of Thailand influence, actually, including this one. Although they've used the sleeve, there's, people associate it with Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath don't actually appear on the EP. We've got this one, another Thailand EP. Brazil. This is a nice one from the Rampant album. Brazilian EP. Another Hair of the Dog one, 4 tracks an album. And then we're back to Thailand with that. And that one. And we've got Brazil. And lastly, Thailand again. So that's the end of the vinyl, but one or two other bits I'd just like to show you quickly. These two, lots of press adverts that appeared of these put onto card. There's that one as well. It's nice. And then we also have a Christmas card sent to me by the band. As well, and this is a nice one. Nice Christmas card from the band back from the fanclub days. This was that one, Merry Christmas. How Darrell Sweet drumsticks. I spoke to him the day before he died. He phoned me when they're going out on tour. They landed in America at the venue the next day, and sadly, I'd asked that no longer with us. I've got the European tour program there, and also in the same bag I've got the No Moon City one. And lastly, we have some copies of the newsletter that I put together. That's issue 11. And we've got others here, which is 16. The only one up to issue 17. The 13 one with tributes to Darrell. I put this together when I discovered No Jive had come out with not a great deal of fanfare. I wanted to promote the band. Lots of discography, interviews, other reviews, press cuttings in there. The last is 2001. I've already said that there's 2 tracks they put out without telling me that they were nearby. Didn't help. But by that point, I was having people clearly wanted something for nothing. They were taking it and photocopying themselves. From someone close to the band and other fans, I was actually receiving abuse for doing it. So, and the internet was coming out, and it was getting to the point where people were hearing things online and coming to me and asking if it was true, and I didn't know anything about it. So, lines of communication had broken down. So nothing in particular. It was just time to stop. So there we go. But all these are on my website in PDF form now. If you want to read them, feel free. That is my Nazareth vinyl and other bits collection, and I will be returning with my CD collection, which I hope you get to see and enjoy. Thank you very much.